this will be becoming his 50th fight. So he has a lot of experience, and I always talk to him about a lot of things that involve fighting, and not even involve fighting, but stuff that outside of fighting he has a lot of experience with. And yeah, it's been good for me, and it's been good for him too, because now he also gets to see that I'm fighting in the UFC, and I sort of done the right steps to get to the UFC, and where he sort of made the mistakes, and now where he knows where he needs to, what he needs to fix in that. And so, like again, vice versa, my experiences and his experiences, we just sort of like, always talking back and forth, and always trying to figure out like what works well for you or what works well for me, and vice versa. So yeah, it's a pleasure having him as a training partner and a person that I can always bounce off ideas with. And yeah, with the amount of experience that he has and for how young he is, it's actually pretty crazy how many fights he's actually had. So. It just goes to prove, like, he's always giving me toughest rounds in the gym, and he's always giving me a hard time everywhere, whether it's grappling, whether it's striking, whether it's the shit talking. He's always giving me problems everywhere, and it just goes to show, like, and if I'm competing and I'm succeeding in the UFC, and the one of the biggest promotions in the world, like, it means he's not that far off. There's no like. It's like whoever turns up at the gym that day that's on is going to win those rounds, So it's not like he's not lacking anything technically. I feel like it's just sometimes it's being at the right place at the right time sort of thing.
Yeah, man, Alan's preparation's been great. We've covered every angle in regards to the striking as possible. So, ready for any answer, anything. On the feet, obviously, with me. And yeah, it's been a great camp, man. Super excited to see him and see him do his thing. Alan came to Australia maybe 4 years ago. We met at Legends Gym, so he was coaching there. And yeah, man, we linked up for a few pads. Our chemistry was right on the right spot from the beginning, so we just kept working and we find each other's strength and weaknesses, and yeah, bro, we kept working from there. He obviously came to Igor, but we kept the relationship strong, and yeah, man, it's been great since then.
Yeah, man, no, like, it's been a long time coming, no, from going from being active all the time to a couple of years with no activity. It was challenging in its ways. Obviously picked up a knee injury, which put me back about 9 months also. But saying that, no, I couldn't change it, so in that situation I just adapted to it, and I actually enjoyed the process, and it was good for me to actually take a break after so long. Give me a time to sort of reset, get my body working in the normal way again, and it was just nice to have a bit of a break. But yeah, since I've been back, I have been itching to get back in there. Now we got one next week. Honestly, I feel like this is the best camp I've ever put in. I feel more prepared mentally and physically than I've ever been. no, I'm excited to get in there against a good challenge, but no, I'm enjoying it, and that's the main thing. No, I'm loving this now, and like I'm enjoying it, and it's fun for me. I'm a far dangerous fighter, and no, I'm excited just to get back in there next week.
A few years back, Alan came to me, and I was aware obviously of Alan. He's an experienced fighter, and he came to me and said exactly that. Said, "Coach, I have quite a lot of fights, but I feel like there's something missing, and I'm not sure if you can help me, but maybe we could try and do something together." And so, yeah, so I went and had a look, and obviously with very experienced fighters like Alan, who already have 30, 40 fights, sometimes tricky, because if there is something missing, it's usually something that's missing from the very beginning, and it just kept going under and under and under as they were progressing. And so there's sometimes a skill set or some details missing, and they just stop them from progressing. So they have a lot of fights, they have a lot of experience, they're very good at what they're doing, but something in their basic skill set hasn't been put in place very early, and so now it's pretty late in their career and it needs addressing. And that's really hard, because now you've got to spend most of your time, like 80% of your time, trying to address those little details that are missing in your game. But credit to Alan, he's put the work in. So once we identified what he needed, he knuckled down and started putting the work in, and started doing the little steps right, and started turning up, and humbled himself a few times, which is really important for fighters, to be able to humble yourself and start again, because the ego can get in the way. And yeah, besides I'm very proud of him that he's come this far, I'm also very impressed by his work ethic, because he's really put his head down and made sure, win or lose, to keep going forward and keep addressing the issues that he needed to fix. And I think we've done so. And now this last camp, again, has been really impressive, because I think all that work he did over the last couple of years, even that he had an injury, and then once he recovered from the injury, he couldn't get fights, but he said he kept working away and working away. I think it really showed in this last camp. It only kind of everything came together, and the progress over the last 4 or 5 weeks was enormous.
That was the main thing, is knowing, like, obviously I'm seeing what he does, and I'm actually helping him now. No, I'm seeing that it's not that far out of reach, and I also seen there was a few things I was missing. Like, no, the reason I came to Igor is because I've been training with Josh previously, and he was always my hardest spar and hardest grapple round, and like, I knew he didn't have much of a massive team at the time, and how far he got and how good he was. So I knew that the coaching here was different level. No, like, maybe wasn't loads of high level fighters, but the coaching's high level, and no, that's what brought me here. And since coming here, Josh has been like a brother. Like, no, we've really gelled, and no, it's a good relationship we have. No, he keeps me accountable, and I keep him accountable. No, if one of us are stepping off the foot a little bit, no, we'll tell each other, but we also know how to have a laugh and enjoy it, which is a big thing, because the days you're feeling down and stressed, no, he'll do something stupid and make me laugh, or vice versa. No, it's usually me being the clown, to be honest, but no, he's a good energy, good person to have, and like I say, he's helped me inside and outside the cage just for being there. And no, we're competitive with each other, which is helping us improve as well. Like, no, if he's doing 10 reps, I'm doing 11. No, like, usually when we do our strength conditioning, I've got the stronger legs, he's got the stronger upper body, so we're always like trying to compete and get that one over. But yeah, it's a good relationship we both have, and no, I feel like it's not going to be long until we're the top 2 that everyone's talking about in Australia.
More like chaotic and all over the place type. So for him, and also for him, for a guy that has been fighting, every couple months for however long he's been fighting for, it's really hard to see him like not compete and be in his element, because that's his element. He's always constantly fighting, and he's always got to be constantly doing something. And so this sort of gave him that kind of that step back, where he had to sit back, and he's seeing like people that he's trained with before succeeding, and while he has to sort of go through this rehab. And it has been tough on him, but like I feel like he's grown so much mentally. I think it was like one of those things where he needed this to happen. It's like the universe telling him he needed this to happen. And yeah, and just as a friend, it's just like like as a friend, I just had to be there for him. I know, like, I had to listen to all his, you guys might see all his IG rants, but I had to hear it every single day. I had to hear it every single day. So, like, you know, I'm like he vents to me, so it's like, okay, let him vent, do what he needs to do, but like as long as he's, you know, he's back in the gym and he's still, you know, keeping his mind, like you said, straight and narrow, and you know, not going off the rails and yeah, going all over the place again.
He's totally different, bro. He's focused. He's overall focused. That's been the key. Everywhere, outside, inside.
To be honest, I don't see this fight going distance. I see Alan probably catching him, whether to a shot to the body or yeah, like I think it'll be a shot to the body. If not, I think it'll just be a you know, more of a clean technical fight where Alan doesn't get touched too much, and yeah, that's it.
This fight, like a completely different fighter. I've said it in the past, and every time that I have been getting in, I've been getting better. But no, this next fight's my 50th fight, MMA, and I feel it's the first time going in fully prepared. I feel either a TKO or KO finish inside 2.